Hello! So yesterday was the West of Scotland Cross Country Relay Championships, which was my first race, proper race, in about 2 years. I've done a couple of park runs and I did do the national back in February, but that was literally just to jog around and enjoy it because I could run again. But this was my first proper hard race in 2 years and I think it went not bad, considering I'm only just getting back to fitness, and I just love being back on the country scene again. I love relays. But yeah, let's go and see how I got on. So before we got on to showing you the race vlog, the week started off on Monday, usual easy run. Tuesday was the session just shown there, and this is what we call Threshold Tuesdays with the Inverclyde AC group. This session was 2 times 8 minutes, 2 sets of 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes and 2 minutes, 90 seconds recovery after the 8 and the 6, and 1 minute recovery after the 4 and the 2. Second set went really good. It was quicker, and overall my pace and distance were further and faster, so all good. Yo, how's it going? Wednesday again at the track for a very easy run. I'm going to try and keep my heart rate a bit lower. Did a session last night. There's 2 sets of 8 minutes, 90 off, 6 minutes, 90 off, 4 minutes, 1 minute off, 2 minutes, 1 minute off. Then you start a second set. And it felt really strong. Paces were quicker again compared to last week. I was, I covered 2.5k more, and I was 5 seconds a k on average quicker. So same heart rate, you stick to threshold, but the paces are working, the training's working. So my threshold pace has got quicker, but the heart rate stays the same, which is exactly what I want to do. And yeah. Now just a very easy run to recover. See you soon. Yeah, so for the threshold paces last night, for the first 8 minutes, it was very conservative. I was like 3:55 in first K, then it was like 3:56 for the second K for the 8 minute effort, and 90 second recovery. At the 6 minute, I was like 3:54 average. And then for the 4 minute, 3:49, and then for the 2 minute I was like 3:44 on average. But I always dread like the second 8 minute, because you've only got a minute recovery and then it's an 8 minute effort. But last night I felt incredible. I felt absolutely incredible on the second 8 minute. I was at 3:52 on average. Oh, I thought it was 2 3:52s back to back, and I felt amazing. In the 6 minute, I was quicker at 3:49, 3:50, and for the 4 minute, I was at 3:44 for that, and then for the 2 minute at the end, I was like 3:30, 3:35. So it's all going in the right direction. Thursday was a absolutely incredible day because it was the return of Craig Ruddy. There he is. Craig Ruddy is now back in Scotland. What a guy, what a pal. And for this week on the Thursday, I did with Alan Callan, Jason Kane and Craig Ruddy, we did 5 times a K at threshold with a minute recovery. And this was just to ease the leg. We'll do a kind of a top up threshold before the race on Saturday, and I think it stood me in good stead. So here we go, Saturday race day. First thing I look for my vest, I find out my brother's dog has basically attacked my vest during the week. I will have words with that dog at some point, but I will. We go on, get the lycra out, I get my spikes, which haven't been touched in 10 months since the national in February, and then I look out my good Inverclyde AC jacket, and then I jump into the car, and then we're on our way down to Kilmarnock for the relays. like Tuesday or so.
Just gone?
Pizza cat!
What, when you were running or what?
No, like when I was just in the house, my brother's dog ripped my vest.
Fucked.
I know, it is fucked.
You must have sewn that up, mate.
I know. Pete, what leg are you on?
I have on the second leg, Sean Gaffney.
Pete Tucker doing cross country.
Doing wearing like a GoPro.
Exactly what it is. Right, Pete, see you soon.
Won the Masters.
You won the Masters? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so pleased about that.
There you
That
go.
was my first, well, second cross country. Obviously I had the trials last week for Scotland.
And you qualified?
Qualified.
And then you've won
First
today?
events team.
Yes.
Yay!
And the- And we are ready to go and now. So, first race in 2 years. Yes, I'm the club captain, so I can put myself on first leg. It's one of the perks we can do it there. Just came by me there, Graham Jack, the chairman of the Athletics Trust Scotland. Great guy, and he's also ran a couple of times for Scotland in his age group. So, looking here, it is quite crowded. Every single cross-country race does start off this way, but soon it starts to spread out and I start to get more into my running, even though I start to slow down. Also, as this video goes on, don't be worried about my breathing. I've always had this weird breathing where I feel it sounds like I'm absolutely struggling, but I'm not. I'm really not. So, please don't phone the ambulance on me. Thanks. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for the support, pal. So I know it's hard at the start of some races where you maybe try and go off a bit steady, but you get dragged into it. I've deliberately tried to hold back a wee bit here because I've not raced in so long, and I think I'm doing an okay job so far, but let's see how it goes. Okay, at this point here I was quite conscious, do I stick with the two guys that I've just caught up with, or do I make a move and try and get onto that wee pack just ahead of me? I decided to make a move for it and try and reach up to that pack and then see if that pack can drag me along. Once again, right, so I've made a move and I've caught up with a couple of people from that pack. I've got my eyes on Danny Doherty here of Glen Park. He's a really good guy, such a nice guy, but he's a very good runner as well. So if I can try and get up with Danny, he can, again, try and drag me through the race as well, because Danny, if I pass him, he will not give up. Okay, so I went through the first kilometre there, and I went through in 3 minutes and 42 seconds for that first K. That is because you get a good frantic start, that it's quite good running, it's quite firm under feet as well. There's no zigzags which are to come up, and this will probably be my fastest K unless I can find anything at the finish. So instead of boring you by doing the full race at the actual speed, let's just speed this up a wee bit. So I've caught up with Danny of Glen Park, and I can assure you right now, if I go by him, then he is not going to let me go that easy. Okay, so I've made a move by Danny just around the back of the course. I'm not going to lie, at this point I was kind of not confident I could hold Danny off, and I just started to focus on the two guys in front of me from Bellahouston and Westerlands. So thankfully for this video, the stats have calibrated quite well with the Garmin into the Insta 360, and that second K there, that was a 3:52. For that K there was a couple of turns and a couple of bits underfoot which were a wee bit muddy and a wee bit challenging, but overall there was no rain, it was really dry, and underfoot was actually very good for running. There was also no wind as well, which was absolutely fantastic. And talking about the twisty turns, those are only going to get worse in the next few hundred metres. There's a Campbelltown Running Club member just in front of me there, and fair play, because Campbelltown is a long way away from Kilmarnock, so fair play for getting out there and getting out racing. At this point I'm just sitting in conserving some energy, because the most brutal part of the course for me is coming up just literally right now, the dreaded zigzag. So here we go, start the zigzags. I think before the race I looked at the course map and I counted 9 turns within this. So that was the first one. Here's the first right turn, there we go, round the first wee zigzag. I just hate this because it just really does you out your running. And it was at this point I just made a move past the Westerland runners guy there and concentrated and tried to keep up with the Bella guy, who was going really well. But look at this, I mean, the hips, the ankles are taking an absolute pounding round here. I don't understand why they couldn't just make it just a straight line through this. I mean, I get it if they were going to make zigzag to make the course exactly 4k, I understand it, but it was like 3.6, 3.7k. Cool, but how much further did the zigzags actually include? For me personally, I hated them. Some people might like them, but I hated these zigzags. Let me know what you think as well. Should they change it for next time? So this Bellahouston Roadrunner runner here, I don't know your name, sorry, but by trying to keep up with him and just using him as a marker, he's actually kind of dragged me along to a Glasgow Uni athlete and a Kilbarchan athlete as well. So let's see if I can try and catch up with them, because in cross country really competitions, every place counts for your team. You know, I'm only in the C team, but you know, we're competing against other C teams too. So let's see if I can try and catch these guys. Okay, that third K was a 4:09. Do you know why it was a 4:09? Those zigzags. I hate those zigzags. They just destroy any rhythm of running. I know it's cross country, but you still want to try and maintain the pace that you held at the start. But oh well, maybe next time they will change it. So just there, a goodbye to the Kilbarchan boy. Now my eyes are on the Glasgow Uni boy, because we're coming into pretty much just about 500 metres or so to go. The heart rate stat isn't shown here, but I am working really hard. Going with my Garmin, my heart rate was up to about 190 here, and I know it's only shown as about 400 metres, but I'm working really hard, and 400 metres is a long way when your heart rate is is hitting up close to 190. And the Garscube, who I passed earlier on in the course, he's made a strong move for the finish here. He's looking quite well. What am I going to do? Am I going to go with him, or am I done? Let's just see what happens. Yeah, I know I'm breathing like a winded animal here, but that is kind of the effect I'm looking for. I've not had this effect in a long time. Racing, it's the only place where you really push yourself up to those high maximum heart rates, and I'm not gonna lie, I've really missed this pain. Okay, there's literally nothing left of this race. You need to go now. Go now, Sean. Move, make your move, boy! There we go, so 3.61k, 14:02 is a time, not too bad, 3:53k average. Yeah, so the last K, well the last 0.6 I was 3:38 average, and get my high rate as hard as 192. And before we finish up, just a quick chat with Pete.
He's back in town. Pete, how do you enjoy the National? Oh no, sorry, the West. The West. You got a medal?
Yeah, I loved it, mate. It was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I love cross country, so yeah, good fun.
Yeah, great fun. Yeah. Pete gets second, by the way, guys. Second place for a guy who hates cross country.
For a guy that's
Pete, we love you.
Shite. Thanks, Sean. I love you too, man.
Yes. Well done, Pete.